G'day folks. Well, it's time to finish off the mower deck. It's been way too long. Hardest part about working on stuff like this through the holidays is getting parts, and since the bearing shop didn't open up until first week of the new year, well, it was a little bit hard. But anyway, I've got new bearings, new seals, excess of bearings and seals. I bought some extras just for stock, and yeah, everything's cleaned and painted. Very nice. The rust's been brought under control. That's about the best I can do. This deck will eventually need replacing, but given the amount of use it's going to get here, it's not going to be too bad. But yeah, what I've got to do is put the bearings in the housings, get all that ready, mount the spindle shafts, and mount the blades. Then we can flip it over and do all the belts and everything, or the single belt and all the idlers. But yeah, the pre-mix pressure pack that I got worked okay. They're not too bad. I mean, you do need to do a lot of light coats, and there's a lot of rough surface on this, so I just gave it a general blow over. You'll see more when I flip it over. It looks pretty good. It looks a lot better than it did anyway. No more grey undercoat. And repairing some of the rust holes and things, well, that's sort of all you can really do. It's still a fairly lightweight deck. It's not a particularly powerful mower. It's only 16 horsepower diesel. You know, it's better than like a 12 horsepower petrol engine, that's for sure, but when you're dealing with a deck this size, you don't want it to be too thick and heavy. So it's lightweight, it's economical, and it works very well, but you just have the issue of rust and stress cracking. Hopefully now that the bearings are being replaced and everything should be pretty well balanced and working, it'll be a lot more effective and a lot safer to use. I've got brand new blades from Spain. They're boron steel, they're good quality stuff. Should be good to go. So let's fit some bearings up and see what I can make of this. I mean, I'm going to replace one of the outer seals with a slightly different one, because the old outer seal was lip up, and as soon as you got any grass and debris in here, it'd rip this spring and the seal lip out, and the seal would stop working, and you'd end up with dirt and debris just pouring down into the main center spindle bearing, this one here. Oops. It was a different kind of bearing seal that went in here with the lip facing up, and it just got torn to shreds straight away. That bearing was falling apart. The cage was in two pieces. This outer one here, the top bearing cage was in 1,000,000 pieces, or virtually non-existent, and the other side wasn't too bad, but it was still noisy. So yeah, there's a fair bit of work to go into this one, but it's worth it because it'll basically be good for the next 10 years or so. Hopefully, as long as I don't do anything silly, leave it out in the rain, something like that. But again, I've got spare bearings and seals. If something goes horribly wrong, re-bearing it, reseal it, repack it with grease, back together again, job done. Okay, well, bearings are set in. Just a gentle tap and they slide straight in. They're all clamped together with the spindle assemblies. Will go in there. I just have to make sure that I mount everything in the correct order, which I hopefully remember. It's not going to be 100% pretty, some of this stuff. I'm not really going to waste too much time cleaning up, but the main thing is the deck's well and truly rust-proofed, painted and preserved, and the bearings themselves are going to get properly greased because the inner seals have been removed, and now when I pump grease in through the grease nipples, they both get an even spread, and any excess will come out past the outer lip seal here. All good. You want to make sure you put those little compression spaces in there. Okay, well, each spindle's going together pretty easy. Bolt the main body in with its reinforcing plate on top, push the spindle in with its little slinger plate on top, and then there should be that and that. I believe you go in like so, and then that should go on top. Just a little deflector. I'm going to pack that surface with grease too before I do that and clean this up. Actually no, I think you go No, you go that way. Yeah, you have to go that way. And that goes in first. That's just a protector for the bearing. Yeah, you go in like that. And then you go on like that. Otherwise this retainer will tighten down when you put the blade on and jam the spindle up. That surface there bears against the inner race of the bearings. And that bit there is just a little protective shim, essentially, a debris shield for the rubber sealed bearings. Yeah, nice and smooth. It doesn't sound like it's full of rocks anymore. And of course, there's no more 3mm of lateral play in it, which is perfect, because 3mm of lateral play in your mower bearing is really, really bad. It's no wonder the poor deck was cracked around here. A lot of that cracking would have been to do with the bearing failing and just shaking the thing apart. Like, this thing was bad. It got the job done, but it was bad. So it's just a matter of going through and cleaning up the rest of these parts, reassemble it all, put my new boron steel blades in, and yeah, we'll be massacring some grass very soon. That poor little shim's a bit worn through, but I might have something similar in stock. I'm just wire wheeling these things, maybe give them a quick coat of flat black once they're in there. That'll do. I just got to get this thing back into service now. Okay, well, the hubs are all installed, everything's well greased. I'm using copper Never-Seez on most of the stuff since it's subject to moisture, water, corrosive, well, muck. I really don't like using Loctite on stuff like this. I'd rather use Never-Seez as a Never-Seez and just torque everything up properly. And yes, blade time. Got a circlip holding these splined drive bushes in place. They're all ready to go, ready to pack with grease. Yeah, really good. This thing's going to cut like new. And you're going to make sure the housing's straight, fully re-welded. Should be very good. And yeah, decent boron steel blades. Very hard material. And a lot better than trying to resharpen the old ones. The old ones were so badly rounded off it'd take hours to try and regrind them. For the sake of $65 on eBay, I'd rather buy some new ones like these. Also got a new universal yoke coming soon. As someone suggested, it's been maxed out at angle. There's even some nice little bang marks in here. Doesn't really make sense where it is, but still something. Maybe that pin's floated out at one point, but this thing's been through hell. But yeah, this thing works fine. The oil level's good. It's got absolutely no signs of leaking oil. Yeah, ready to go. Alright, well, blades are in. This one here's got nice, good clearance. You can see where they've done a bit of reinforcing work. They welded a bit of a round bar in there. This one here, well, it wasn't even turning. I had to beat the crap out of this just to get it to turn. This is the back edge. It's had a hell of a bang. Mind you, it's all cracked through here, and I've done some welding work, so I'm thinking the heat has warped it. It almost looks dished in there. So it's actually bowed this part in to the point where there's virtually no blade tip clearance. Like, it's just touching it. Everything else is pretty much right. That was bowed in again, and the old blades showed signs of extreme wear and tear. There's some nice little chomp marks in the deflector. Same with that one there. There's a nice big gouge through it. It's been straightened out once before. This hammer's not big enough to straighten it out, and it's a bit late in the night to really get the sledgehammer out and start belting it, so I'll do that tomorrow. We'll torque these bolts up and lay it all flat on the ground and start running the belts and the idlers and everything back in. Put the pulleys on, belt guards, and hopefully reinstall it on the mower. And I'll get new gauge wheels soon. These are just temporary replacements, homemade replacements. Bit of polyethylene rod and a bit of polyethylene gas line. It'll do the job just fine. Anyway, thanks for watching. I hope you enjoy it. This is a rather interesting little project, and a very handy one, because I've got a few good jobs for this one. Not around here, but other locations. Definitely some good mowing jobs to do with this. This isn't just for my own place, this is for all kinds of places.